something around 11, because there are times where Mr. Patrick comes into the studio and he just says, let's start fast with Patryk Edeke. My name is Sharon Mando and I'm here with the man at the moment. Good morning to you, Mr. Patrick.
Good morning, Sharon. It's been a while. I've not had that kind of introduction, the man of the moment. But let's put it in perspective. Something just happened in Enquiry that is worth dancing. So I feel, come on, let's dig it out. You know what I'm saying? Right?
All right.
Yeah. That's talking about dancing. It has a way of, making you feel better with yourself, better around the environment. It's also some form of exercise, if you ask me. For those of us who already get any form of exercise, I mean, dancing is one of the things that can solve some of those pains, aches.
And trust me, but Mr. Patrick dances a lot. He knows all the songs in the world, and he dances to all of them. All the types of dancing.
All right, if you're just joining us, this is Back with Patryk Edeke on Memories 96.5 FM. You're always a Memory station. Remember, this is a program and it's interactive, so from the get-go, you can call in, be part of it, join the conversation as we go on. And for you to do that, the number to dial is 0803 085 7755. Or alternatively, like I like to say, you can dial 0809 066 6909. I'm going to take those numbers again, but this time slowly. For you to be part of this conversation, you could dial number 0803 085 7755. You could send us a message on 0809 066 6909. This program is live stream on our Facebook handle, Memories 965 FM. No space in between it, so it's live stream there. You can drop your comment there as we go on. My name is Patryk Edeke, and this is Back with Patryk Edeke on Memories 96.5 FM. Now let's go to the program of the day. In his avowed commitment to entrench sanity and ensure that qualified acquired indigents secure jobs in their employment market, the state governor, His Excellency Pastor Umar Basino, PhD, has launched the Arise Youth Employment Portal to provide a database and a marketplace for job seekers and employers. Now, this is one of the things that has always bothered Enquiry on how to get people to start to be gainfully employed. We have a database and all whatnot. Some statistics that came out some time ago, I put Enquiry said as they still with one of the highest unemployment rate. Although we knew how the indices were taken for that statistics. So, but in addressing the unemployment issues, the government has taken this huge leap in the right direction. I'm here with a management consultant and a public affairs analyst. He's also an East-Wales supervisor for health and social service in Sidigom local government area. He's no other person than Honorable Quincy Yuko. Honorable, it's nice to have you in the studio.
Good morning, Patryk Edeke. Always good to be here.
Yes, it's always nice to have you, because you see, the thing is, you are close to the grassroots. You've been there. You understand what unemployment means. You are one of the very few supervisors who actually made it a point of duty to always reside in its area of jurisdiction. So you are down there. You understand how these things work. With what His Excellency has done, the launch of the Arise Youth Employment Portal, what is your take on it holistically?
Patryk, I want to start with congratulating His Excellency on completing his PhD program. That is for very obvious reasons. When he came on board, there had been issues around that. Now I think with his PhD settled, that all of that is sorted. Okay. Now going to the question that you throw. It is just part of the Arise agenda of His Excellency. He has always had the youths at heart. And when you look at most of his key programs, you see that it captures the essence of the youth. And for His Excellency to finally launch that portal, he had made the promise over a while ago, and now he has launched it, assuring the youths, making them know by his actions that indeed they are key part of his Arise plan. Now, with that youth employment portal that has come on board, most of the youths in Akwa Ibom State, beyond getting the civil service job, that portal will create opportunity for youths to be skillfully engaged, and that in its own will create a new wave of youths in Akwa Ibom State who are engaged economically to boost the economic situation in the state. And so the governor is coming with a wide variety of options on that platform that he has just inaugurated. One, it's an opportunity for those who want to be employed in civil service to be gainfully employed by following up opportunities that come out eventually. And then two, it is also a way of the government tracking to know the number of youths out there seeking for jobs, to some extent also be able to track their qualifications and their skills. And then on the other hand, the government will also be able to know those who do not even have any skills or academic qualification and see how to also capture them in its plan of engaging the youth meaningfully to boost the economy in the state.
Thank you, President. A whole lot of people really express optimism in the laudable initiative that His Excellency has taken so far, especially with the launch of the Arise Youth Employment Portal. And people have been wondering, there are a couple of questions, like we like to call it, frequently asked questions that have been tackled. And we're going to go, you've tried to, talk of some of them, but we're still going to go there. But now, this is a piece of information that people out there should get. For you to log on, for you to register on that portal, the address is www.employment.akwaibomstate.gov.ng. I'm going to take it again. For you to log into that website, it is www.akwaibomstate.gov. Now, I want to take a couple of the objectives of this portal that has been put up by His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, marshaled by Dr. Frank Edeke, who is the SSC to the Governor on ICT and digital economy. This is not the first thing Dr. Frank Edeke is actually handling. He was also responsible for largely part of what was done in the bulk purchase agency and stuff. But coming back, one of the key objectives is that this online platform for registration of unemployed and underemployed youths for access to employment opportunities in the civil service and private sector. Now, you talked about the public service. Now, one of the objectives is also to get unemployed and underemployed people into the private sector. Now, the other key objective is to provide a database of skills and capabilities amongst youth for targeted job opportunities. The third one is it offers training and funding support for registered and qualified youth. Now, I will not bother you with that particular last one because you are not a government appointee, so you might not have sufficient response to the last one where you say it offers training and funding support for registered and qualified youth. But let's look at the first two. Provide database for skills and capabilities amongst youths for targeted job opportunities. The other one, online platform for registration of unemployed and underemployed youth for access to employment opportunities in the civil service and private sector. Now, a couple of people said, what of those of us who are not active on the internet? How do you address that issue?
Thank you. That's a very thoughtful question, Patrick. Now we are looking at the world itself moving in the ICT direction, and so I think this will be one key aspect that would also challenge the government to see how to enable as many youths in the state to be ICT compliant. And it goes beyond these youths owning their own phone, Android phones, where they could access internet. The government could also look at creating internet accessibilities in the various local governments, in the various villages and key towns, major towns in the state, where these people could easily access. You can see what JAM, for instance, and even WAEC are trying to do, that for you to write JAM today, you need to be relatively ICT compliant. We are looking at a process that will gradually phase out youths and people generally in Nigeria, and particularly in Enquiry State, where you see people that are not ICT compliant. That is one way. But on the other hand, for now, for those that are not and cannot access immediately, the governor had done that prior arrangement by having ward PAs in all the wards. And so they could also go to the ward PAs, get their data, get their information, and these ward PAs will help to bring them on board on the ICT portal.
Now, some people argue our ward PA is not also ICT compliant or modernized with what is happening. And I must tell you sincerely, I knew one ward PA. There was a time I was trying to engage the ward PAs in my local government, and I discovered that one of them does not even have a phone. I was taken aback because I'm like, why would you not have a phone in these days? So what happened in this situation? Because this is a practical situation. I bring them up here and I let people understand one of them did not have a phone. So now in the situation where you are offering what you just offer, which is laudable, the ward PAs should get up, since they are the ward governors, just like His Excellency like to refer to them, in a situation where such a person does not have,
I'll beg to differ. I think if we had any ward PA who at the point of engagement as a PA to the governor did not have a phone over this period of time, I am privileged to know that these ward PAs have had an engagement with His Excellency once or twice between when they were given the appointment and now. And so for those who did not have, between then and now, I want to believe they have been able to get that sorted. It will be very difficult for anybody to work with the governor. Like the governor said, they are representatives of the governor in their various wards. And so people coming to them, people who otherwise will want to access the governor but cannot do that, will go to them and expect that is a back channel through which communication, through which feedback could get back to the governor. And so for these ward PAs, I also know that the ward PAs also have a channel. They work with some essays to the government. This line of communication, of which I am really convinced that at this material point in time, we shouldn't have any ward PA that does not have a phone.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Mr. Quincy. But again, sometimes reality is always different from realism is different from idealism, but these are things that I practically saw happen. That's why I'm bringing it to you. Now, if you're just joining us, 16 back with Patryk Edeke on Memories 96.5 FM. Remember, we're talking about the Rise Youth Employment Portal that His Excellency the Governor of Enquiry State, Pastor Obasi, launched yesterday, 21st of October 2014. And what is people might ask, one of the frequently asked questions, because when you set up a portal, this is a requirement on the portal, because not everybody will have the opportunity to see you face to face and ask you this question. One of the first questions is this: what is the Arise Youth Employment Portal all about? I'm going to give the answer to that for those who are yet to visit the site. The Employment Portal is a digital platform designed by the state government to support unemployed and underemployed youth by providing access to job opportunities in both public service and the private sector. It also serves as a job creation and wealth generation database, as well as a pool for training, funding, and support for the youth to become employable. Now, in plain language, I'm going to let you do that in plain language. If you've heard what I've just said, Honorable Quincy, how do you explain that answer to the ordinary person on the street?
Basically, is to tell the average youth out there that His Excellency is very interested in their welfare, especially the economic well-being. And so he has created this portal to enable them, one, for His Excellency to be able to access information about the youths in the state. To what extent do we have unemployed youths? How about the unskilled? Those that have academic qualifications, those that do not, those that have skills that can be meaningfully engaged. With that portal, the government of Enquiry State will be able to get figures on these various categories of youth. And then with that figure, you can plan on how to engage them. Those who have academic qualifications, how do you engage them? What are the job opportunities in the civil service, local government and all of that, and how can they fit in? That is on the one hand. How about those that are skilled? or do not have the financial backing to set up themselves? How does the government come in to help them set up their businesses, and then also give them certain training on financial management and all of that? That is another aspect of it. And then the third, those that do not even have any skill or academic qualification, how can the government help to train them? Either support them to go to school with the scholarship schemes and all of that, or on the other hand, also